Most people walk into relationships carrying a quiet, desperate hope. The hope that someone else will arrive and finally make everything feel right. That the right person will bring clarity to the confusion, warmth to the emptiness, and purpose to a life that feels like it's drifting. It's a deeply human feeling, but it is also one of the most dangerous beliefs you can carry into love. Because a relationship doesn't fix your life. It reveals it. It takes whatever you've built or failed to build and holds it under a brighter light. If your foundation is solid, a good partner can help you rise higher than you ever could alone. But if your inner world is fractured, even the most well-intentioned relationship will crack under the pressure of your unresolved chaos. The relationship doesn't become the solution. It becomes the mirror. So before you search for the right person, you have to reckon with something far more important: the life you're building when no one is watching. Most people rush toward love at exactly the wrong moment. Their finances are uncertain. Their direction is unclear. Their habits are pulling them backward. And instead of confronting those things, they look for someone to soften the weight of it all. But instability doesn't disappear inside a relationship. It multiplies. Two uncertain people don't create certainty together. They create noise. Real partnership should add value to a life you are already committed to improving, not serve as an escape from the one you've neglected. And when you do share your life with someone, understand this clearly: there are really only two kinds of relationships. The kind that slowly strengthens you, and then the kind that quietly weakens you. A partner worth keeping respects your goals without needing to shrink them. They celebrate your progress without feeling threatened by it. They challenge you with honesty, not with doubt. But when someone consistently drains your energy, disrupts your focus, or treats your ambitions as inconveniences, they are not a companion. They are a cost. And sometimes the most powerful decision you can make is not finding someone better. It's choosing peace over presence. Your energy is not infinite. Every hour you pour into relationships that offer nothing in return is an hour taken from the life you are trying to build. Every conversation that leaves you more depleted than fulfilled. Every connection held together by habit rather than genuine care. These are not neutral. They have a price. Well, guard your attention carefully. Because when you stop spending it carelessly, you develop a sharper ability to recognize which relationships actually deserve a place in your life. Here is something most people misunderstand about long relationships. Length is not proof of health. Some people stay together for years, not because they are thriving, but because leaving feels terrifying. They've confused endurance with success and familiarity with love. A relationship worth having is not measured by how long it lasts. It's measured by whether both people are still growing, still respecting each other, and still choosing to be there with full awareness. Without that, time is just time. It proves nothing. Many people move through life believing that real happiness is always slightly ahead of them, just around the next corner, attached to the next achievement, waiting inside the next relationship. So they keep reaching, keep deferring, keep telling themselves that contentment will arrive once things finally fall into place. But that habit of mind becomes a trap. Because the person who is always chasing the next version of their life never fully inhabits the one they have. Genuine fulfillment doesn't live in the future. It's built quietly and deliberately inside the present. One of the most exhausting people to love is someone who has never learned to look honestly at themselves. When self-awareness is absent, accountability disappears with it. Every argument becomes the other person's fault. Every pattern gets explained away. Every wound gets reopened because the root of it is never examined. Healthy relationships require two people who are willing to face their own flaws without flinching. Not because it's comfortable, but because growth is impossible without that honesty. Real self-respect is not something that other people give you. It is something you build through the quiet commitments you make to yourself and actually keep, through maintaining your values when it would be easier to abandon them, through enforcing your boundaries even when it costs you approval. The more consistent you become in how you treat yourself, the less power the opinions of others will hold over you. And that kind of inner strength is not something a relationship can create for you. It has to already be there. When someone causes you pain, every instinct urges you toward reaction, toward making them feel what you felt. But the deepest form of strength is not retaliation. It is indifference, not the cold, bitter kind, but the earned kind. The kind that comes when you've become so invested in building your own life that the person who hurt you simply loses their grip on your attention. That is not weakness, that is freedom, fully reclaimed. And stop waiting to begin. Most people are holding their lives in suspension, waiting for the moment they feel ready enough, confident enough, certain enough to move forward. But that moment is a myth. Life doesn't pause while you prepare. It continues, with or without your participation. Progress doesn't require perfect conditions. It requires the willingness to move while you are still uncertain, still tired, still figuring things out. Small steps, taken consistently, eventually change everything. Finally, be thoughtful about whose voice you allow to shape how you seek love and relationships. Much of the advice that circulates loudly is being offered by people still navigating their own confusion. They speak in certainties they haven't earned. That doesn't mean wisdom doesn't exist. It does. But wisdom has to be filtered through your own observation, your own experience, your own reflection. A healthy relationship will not rescue you, but it can become something far more lasting than rescue. It can become a partnership that deepens your strength, steadies your growth, and brings genuine stability to your life. That kind of relationship, however, can only exist between two people who arrive already knowing who they are and what they stand for. Two people who have chosen, before anything else, to become someone worth choosing. That is always where it begins.